Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
What matters when you start a business is you and your idea, not when you start it. So if you make up your mind and go for it, GoDaddy has all the help and tools you need to bring it online. Start today at GoDaddy.com, because open we stand.
What's it gonna be? 'Cause I can't pretend. Don't you wanna be more than friends? Hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. Have the right to lose control. Don't let go. Take it.
I often tell myself that we could be more than just friends. I know that you think if we move too soon, it would all end. I live in misery when you're not around, round. I won't be satisfied till we're taking those vows.
There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking. Ooh, love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking.
Where do ideas start? In the shower? On the bus? On vacation? And then once you've had a good idea, what do you do with it? Let it sit alone in your head? Or put it online with GoDaddy for the world to see? Get started with a domain and a website from GoDaddy. All the help and tools you need online.
Shaking.
Wah-ha-ha-ha, wah-ha, wah-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha, wah-ha-ha,
Wah-ha-ha.
There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jaden XD.
Hello, hey, hello.
Hello, hey, hello.
Hello, hey, hello.
Watagwan, brethren, all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
Yeah.
I can't. I'll never forget that. Nigga, I'm just. Shout out to all of the new people, who are just showing up and saying hello. It's a new influx of species, and I am hello. I'm trying here.
I know, but I would just, wait until something metastasizes.
Hello. Everything's going good. We working. We being consistent over here. Literally cranking these things out again every single week. Thank you to all of the new Patreon attendees who come up and show out for myself and also for Jaden XD. We both continue to try to be here for you So that's it. I'm here, parenting and trying to, hold the Zoom calls and my calls at the same time and still playing this balancing act in a Civil War pandemic. How are you?
Yeah. I'm keeping my head above water, making a wave when I can.
Good times.
Speaking of making a wave, so by the time you're listening to this, I will have returned to YouTube. So you can go on right now to youtube.com/thexdexperience and check out my brand new video. There might be 2 videos there. I'm not sure, but there is exactly one. I will be releasing videos each week, if not more. And it's good to be back on the YT waves. So
yes,
it's rough.
I can't wait to see the things you put out.
Right, it's different. It's more XD as an adult because when I started YouTube, I was in my early 20s. I was 22. And so now that I am 34, the way my outlook and how I respond and even my comedy has changed. So, and also I'm a very Jada Essence Hall child. I am running up and down the streets and wearing a wig like I used to now. So
me neither.
So it's me. The very first video is me talking about my very first video. So that's a really
that's
good
fun.
thing. That's
like a little Inception project.
Yeah, new video up right now. We're still building and still stuff, so it's different, but I'm happy to put it out, and I wanted to get back to my roots and just start making YouTube videos again. Being a vlogger, that's what I'm good at, and how I got to where I am now. So,
You are good at it, nigga.
Yeah, thanks. So I am I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. What else do I have going on? Oh, I do need to know. I suggest getting Delo quickly because we are ending our deal with them. So go get Delo now, and I will have I'll make a video why of what's happening. But if you want more Delo, you should go get it. What else is happening on the XD side? Thank you for subscribing to Jade and XD Patreon. We're having a good time over there. I know you guys
sure are.
Were having a good time a Wang Dang Doodle with Across to Bear.
You shout out to everybody who also feels the same way that I feel.
Yeah,
yes,
all of y'all
fuck XD for making us watch this movie.
Ooh,
I stand in solidarity with all of you.
Y'all gonna be mad at my next suggestion. Not the next suggestion. The next video is something that is gonna be fun, and I'm excited for it to come out. But the next suggestion I have, I feel like mine might have been worse than JD's Revenge. Maybe. It was up there.
The fact that we didn't even watch JD's Revenge is kind of like within itself.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that shit was bad.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do Plug Love or something. I don't know.
Maybe we'll do Twa.
Or a side piece. I thought about Twa.
Woman, thou art loose.
Imagine. Okay, so I have something to talk about. So there's civil unrest in Kaya outside. So last night, and also I'm going to assume that when niggas start putting out fireworks in June, that they're just going to celebrate Pride Month. That's what I have just assumed of myself, and I'm just going to go with it. So
I'm celebrating Pride Month.
The niggas in having a Pride celebration, right? So this is where, and I'm trying to be very delicate here. because I'm no way of saying that. Well, just listen to the story, and you can make whatever I say. So Jade called me today around like 2 something, and everybody knows I wake up, at 4 o'clock to make sure we're still free as people. So I was like, I had just woke up at like 2 something, and she was like, oh, okay, whatever. So last night, it was, I live on a quite lively block in Bed-Stuy, do or gentrify. And and every block that I've lived on in Brooklyn, I lived on like this side of my block is quiet, but always to the corner, it's a lot of negativity. And by negativity, I mean high activity of niggers. So there, all right. So there is, what would you call a Crip embassy, if you will? Like there is a Crip embassy, on the corner of my block. Now, for the most part, it's, pretty civil. There might be, a couple of candles there after a night of unruliness to honor the fallen. But that's very far and few in between. So I'm learning to, because I'm not trying to like vilify gang violence. I'm trying to make it like, right? Because it's like I'm making this shit like fucking poetry. I'm just gonna
remind you real quick. You black, so
I know.
It's fine.
I know.
It is what it is. Call a thing a thing.
I know. So last evening there is quite a lively celebration of Pride. There was the what are we on? Not quarantine, but what's the other shit on where they're trying to like silence black people?
Curfew.
Yeah, curfew was lifted. And so everybody was celebrating Pride and what I'm going to assume, and the curfew being lifted.
It's funnier because I know the niggas who are on your block, so it just sits.
And it could very well be them celebrating Pride. Yeah.
It could be
the trade be over there. So they so I don't know where they found all these fireworks from. Maybe they drove down to Pennsylvania. Where are you by? New Jersey? They're legal in New Jersey, right? Right. Or Delaware.
I mean, New Jersey's a lawless place. Delaware is, I'm not going to call it lawless. It's just like forgotten.
It's not existent.
So they could be purchasing the fireworks there because nobody remembers.
It's the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
So they had like a slew. Like you would have thought we lived in fucking Nebraska with all these fucking like in cornfields and shit. Like it was motherfucking hee-haw fireworks, okay? So we, the Siggy-O is asleep. And, I'm up reading my periodicals, a.k.a. Twitter. And so I'm like, all of a sudden, it was just like a prrrr, and so it was like a fireworks thing. So I'm like, okay, that's rapid succession. So the Siggy-O wakes up, and they're like, I'm like, ain't she from Chicago? You should be all right. So then... So then all of a sudden it dies down and like it's just everybody's quiet and calm or whatever. So all of a sudden, I have blackout curtains. And so because the sun rises in my room. So like it'd be blazing hip hop and R&B. Yeah, it'd be blazing hip hop and R&B at like, especially now at like 5 a.m. Like why?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I see these flashing lines through the thing, and I'm like, what is going on? So I go outside, I go look through my window because I'm not going outside. Like for what? No. And there was a shooting.
Oh.
So
we don't like.
Right. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it was just fireworks gone wrong or whatever. But then I see the police tape. And I'm like,
pinche.
mind you, this happened 2 doors down from your girl.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
So clearly I'm awake because I'm like, I'm nosy and that shit is motherfucking wild. Like, what? That's crazy. And also I'm like, why? Like, y'all could have just funneled this a different way. I'm off. And then I'm like, then y'all brought the police up and through here.
And y'all know we just not rocking with them.
Right, we not fucking with them like that. Settle your beef a different way.
Challenge each other to a duel.
10 paces. We will throw Nerf balls at each other.
Why don't niggas sword fight no more? Well, why don't niggas sword fight
They
no
do. It's called jacked. But
because as soon as I said it, I was like, wait.
yeah.
This didn't age well.
Yeah. So
Block
we
of
are.
cheddar cheese. I'm like, bitch, I bought you 8 days ago. Why is there mold?
Right. So my XD's corner is, listen, I am anti-police. I think that we can go back to community policing, and there's so many other like doctrines and documents and books about anti-police and how we can move to a different community-based society.
Shout out to Minnesota.
Right, who finally got it. It's going to take some time, and people are always like, rules, laws, we need the police, defund. No, we don't necessarily need them. There are plenty of ways that we could go around to have a special society, utopian society, if you do it right, and a lot of it has to do with debunking, patriarchy, or not debunking, but ridding supremacy and patriarchies and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. However, niggas got to learn how to channel their anger better. That's just
Tai Chi.
Right, I get it.
Let's go line up, drink some green juices. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
let's go play some Rock'em Sock'em Robots if you want to, go beat some groundhogs over the head with the foam hammer. Like, we can, we can risk it all at the Dave and Buster's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And sometimes, I'll be walking past by like the Embassy of Crips. Like the Crip Embassy. I don't know what, like,
where the blue flag waves.
Yeah, like over the Crip Embassy, whatever. And I'd be like looking at them, and they'd just be like, I'm like, y'all just need something to do. Y'all, things wouldn't be so chaotic and whatever if niggas just had things to do. Which goes back to this thing of like racism, and I'm like, well, and industrial racism and economic pay disparities. I'm like, if people would have equity and fairness, then we wouldn't have all these issues.
I mean, truly. You, young man, come build me a live edge shelf.
Yeah.
And then it'll just be like, bitch, how dare you ask them for labor? Like, give them a hobby. Right. You, young men, let's go make candles together. Let's channel our energy.
Yeah.
Who wants to make tea blends? Can you imagine me out on the corner and Utica being like, who wants to make tea blends?
Come with me to make spice blends.
Come now, let's all make spiritual baths. It's a lot of muddling.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm like, I think I was more annoyed. I'm like I had a Mary Jones moment. Like, you brought this white bitch to my house, like the police. Like, like why is you here? Like, go.
Oh gosh.
But I was just annoyed. I was up because then I'm like, because as a black person, ever since Mike Brown, I have consciously slowed down every time I see another black person or brown person get stopped by the police. And I always try to make sure my phone is charged and out just in case I have to record it because, you know, NYPD are lawless individuals. So
Yeah, lawless.
right. So therefore, we were up like, nigga, do we gotta like record? Like, you know, it left an uneasy feeling outside of the fact that niggas are shooting at each other. But it's also like, damn, let me make sure they're not being mistreated. Who else is outside? Oddly enough, it was a lot of black cops.
That don't make me feel better.
No, it doesn't. Which is why I was like low key makes me feel worse.
Black cop, black cop, black cop.
Yeah. So that was that. But yeah, that was my week. You know, I made a cake. I'm about to make cake pops out of it because it was try.
Yes. Ooh,
Doing some cooking. I bought me a Aisha Curry non-stick bake pan because it was on sale. I'll never buy anything from Aisha Curry full price. Why would you? Girl, like, I'm also mad because Bon Appetit pissed me off because they are motherfucking racist. And it's not just BA, it's Condé Nast. Like,
it's Condé Nast. Absolutely,
yeah, like
knew that.
Not paying people of color for video work, you know, racist EIC. I just, you know, all the BA test kitchen, they're all protesting like, we're not going back to work until. So I'm like, well, y'all just taking everything. Racism takes everything away from me. Taking my I can't even enjoy shit during quarantine because white people want to be
like racist. Why y'all hustling backwards?
Right.
Why are y'all? Do you realize that's what it's a hustle backwards?
Like, let me tell you, BA, I know they did. Bon Appetit got so many views or whatever because niggas were at home watching TV, learning how to cook because we can't go out like that anymore. I know y'all were making money. And then you shoot yourselves in the foot by not doing right by your employees or your readers. I'm like, like, do you know how? And then they don't have any black chefs. You would have been great on Bon Appetit, but now I can't even have you go on.
I know I would. I know.
I was like, well, what's the point now?
What I look like?
Right. Unless
what's
they
that
offer
bitch,
you
Candace
6 figures.
Owens? I'll be damned if I Candace Owens anything.
Gross.
Like, hi, my name's Jade. Welcome to Bon Appetit. Boo. Boo, bitch, get off the stage. They don't like you.
And now I feel bad because I bought all that fucking merch. I bought a BA shirt, 2 BA shirts,
Did
and a
you?
hat.
Nah, Bon Appetit wasn't getting nothing but me but some clicks.
Well, you know, I really love them. But I mean,
fair.
Whatever. I can't have anything. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
You know what you can have? Some Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Oh, I can. First of all, they've already been woke. They've been like I've been down with them hippies from the jump since the 90s. So, so bring
because
it on.
Ben and Jerry back in the 80s, Ben and Jerry's they was like remember the Hamburger Helper mixtape and the Wendy's beef?
Mm-hmm.
Ben and Jerry's was the original About That Life BTAs.
Yeah. They're at the
Original
home of
BTAs.
the AIDS epidemic. They just some hippies in Vermont. We gotta go to Vermont. Not to live.
Vermont.
Not
But,
to
you know,
live. But I'm
just
sure
to
they
be for a
have
couple days.
wonderful maple candies. And I'm sure
yeah, you know there's a
have-
place that makes excellent muffins.
Yeah, and I know they specialize in random shit like nougat. So like I'm really interested
Grass
in like,
slippers.
Yeah. Like I'm interested in seeing, and I need to go to the Ben and Jerry's plant because I think that was
Same.
wonderful, and I need to.
I'm
curse
black.
them out
Let me in.
Right. Ben and Jerry's, if you're listening, we love you. We stand Ben and Jerry's, and also, can you make non-dairy more available in Brooklyn? Because I am struggling trying to find the non-dairy options. I have to go all the way I have to go far to get them. But like Ben & Jerry's, if you're listening, if you'd like to send me some ice cream, that would be wonderful because I love you all. I stand. Fudge chocolate brownie has been a staple in my home and in my body and in my spirit since 1991. So
Down with milk hormones. Shout out to Ben & Jerry's. So
yeah,
they celebrate Pride Month. They celebrate 420. They advocate for Black Lives Matter. And it's not just like a black box, like black box. I'm sorry. That's what I thought about with it.
Let me tell you the funniest thing. So, full disclosure, I was being nosy, and I see that somebody that I know around from New York, Gage, you just know, men around from New York, and they happen to be a sex worker.
Okay.
So I happened to just look on their OnlyFans, and theirs is like, it's rather public. So I looked at it. Why? Why? And a bunch of others too. Why they show like the black screen honoring Black lives? And so I was like, yeah.
In solidarity.
I was like,
even when I'm standing in solidarity.
Yeah. I was like,
I saw
okay.
the black. Yes, post your black box. Black.
I was like,
box.
okay.
Box of black bodies.
Sure. I was like, why not?
Why not? Black bodies.
But yeah, I hope you guys all are staying safe. If you guys are protesting, stay hydrated and safe. For those of us who are not protesting, and if you're able to donate, please do. That's what I have been doing. I have had my wallet here. Black trans, take all of my money.
I'm actually
Brooklyn Bail Fund, take all of my money.
So I'm not donating to the Brooklyn Bail Fund anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't. I stopped. Oh, I stopped doing it. I've been donating to the trans people. Paying.
I'm gonna donate to my trans brothers and sisters. Like that's just what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I've been doing. The point is, I have been making sure I support people who are doing the work a good fight for all of us. So if you can, definitely, maybe we'll figure out a way we could do something charity to make a larger donation.
Well, I took my ass out in the streets, and y'all know how I feel about that. I did it, masked and gloved. Passed out some water and snacks to the protesters and people around the park. We went to Washington Square Park because they were doing speeches, and just took out like 6 cases of water, some trail mix, some little mini granola packs and shit like that. It was funny because it was a bunch of white people out there passing out water and snacks and tampons and care packages and shit like that. But you know that one corner of Washington Square Park where the uncles are playing chess and checkers and sitting around and existing?
Oh yeah, that's where I do drugs. So yeah.
That's it, exactly. That's where they weren't really going over there because they was passing it out to the protesters. So we were like, we came originally for the protesters and we still want them to have, but let's go over here. You know they not going over there. So we took the wagon down the other way, and lo and behold, it's a bunch of niggas playing chess and checkers, just minding their business. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? Them white people over there with them snacks and them water, they can pass that out to them other white people. These men here don't even need to be up protesting. Like, they deserve to sit down and play chess and checkers and spades and talk shit and smoke Black and Milds and blunts and things. So we passed them out some water and snacks, but I was dying because one of them, I was like, you want some granola? You want some granola? Because my ass, I was like, all right. First of all, Fran came with me to the store to get everything, so you know how that goes. But at the same time, I also was like, we don't want niggas passing out, so we're going to get things that will just help nourish them quickly. I'm like, I can't pass you niggas chicken wings. A, that's racist. B, like, it's not sustainable. Can you imagine with like several packs of Wingstop? The brown box comes out. Would you like a lemon pepper? So
keep your energy of fighting racism. Get you a little garlic parmesan.
A little chicken, just a little garlic pop. Get you a little mango habanero. So one of the niggas, I'm like, I was like, you want some? We were like, you want water? Yeah, I want some water. I want some water. I was like, you can't. I was like, you want some? You want some granola too? I got some chocolate chip granola. He was like, granola.
Even in pandemic, niggas still ain't eating healthily.
Hell no. That nigga was like, granola. Nah, I don't.
Right.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, fuck that.
When I tell you that shit sent me, it sent me. But you know, it was a good time. We ended up getting stuck in a protest on the West Side Highway on the way back to Brooklyn, and we just so happened to have one more case of water that couldn't fit in the cart when we were in the park. So we were going down the West Side and literally it was a white man who rolled up on a bike and does this to our car. Big stop, like on the West Side Highway. So first and foremost, I'm like, white man, if you don't get out the way. But then we saw all these people coming and they were protesting. So we were like, all right, bet. We're stopping out of respect. Like all of that, we're going to stop. Because they were literally coming from the opposite direction. We're driving. So they're coming towards us. So we all stopped. They have to stop all the cars. And all of a sudden we were like, wait, we got that last pack of water. We hopped out. And we were like, who's thirsty? People were mad thirsty because they were in the middle of the protest. And we literally threw out like 30 bottles of water. And then jumped back in the car, and the protest passed, and we were able to keep going down the West Side. So it was cool. You know, I'm trying to do my part where I can with donating and making sure that I educate myself properly and, you know, assisting those in a way that I do, which is through, you know, food and nourishment and hydration and taking care of yourself. That's how I've always operated. Why stop doing that now? That's an essential part as well. So, you know, I'm just trying to do what I can, and I know a lot of people hit me up about wanting to donate. The next time I go out, I'd like to organize it a little more. This was kind of like a last-minute decision, and I super appreciate all of the enthusiastic responses to everybody who wants to assist. So I definitely want to make sure that I organize something clear that you know, so that we know that it's going to a cause that it really needs to go to. So stay tuned for that. I'll be figuring out ways to do that. But with all that being said, you want to take a break and get on to this show?
Yeah, let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we're back. We told you last week that 90 Day Fiancé had premiered early. So this week is technically when it starts. So next week we'll go back to talking about 90 Day Fiancé the other way. So this is a good way for you to go catch up if you missed last week's episode, or even if you missed last season. Like we said, it's like 97 episodes, but goddamn it, every one is amazing. Also, right. Jade, did you know? So there's a whole nother 90 Day Fiancé show where all the people from 90 Day Fiancé last season, except for Jenny and whomever else, they're on, and Devin and Jihoon, they're on this other show. So we get to see what happens with Tiffany and Ronald from South Africa.
Yes.
I think that what's her face from Ecuador? Where are they? They were in Ecuador and Honduras or whatever. And the white man from, you know what I was talking about, like I think it's Corey. What was his name?
The bitchy lady from Ecuador.
Yeah, I think she's pregnant.
Oh, Evelyn and Corey. Corey and Evelyn.
I think she's pregnant. From the little thing,
you know, Evelyn was going to secure the bag. We knew that was going to happen.
I know. But I need to do more investigation because I saw it today while I was trying to watch a Lifetime movie starring Keisha Knight Pulliam.
True.
So,
of course you were. Why are you watching a? You know what?
Lifetime movies bring me so much joy.
They bring you joy.
Because you know why? They're so beyond ridiculousness and like reality. They're just like, ooh, bitch. Like, well, let me get into this. So, with that being said, Today's episode, today we're recording on our anniversary. So it's 4 years of just Jade and XD and 6 years all together with us. But June 9th is our anniversary. So this is our anniversary week. So we decided that today, June 12th, is Black They Them Joy Day.
Yep. You heard it here first.
June 12th is the official Black They Joy Day. It's
Jade
not
Next
Black
D-
Boy Joy.
Jade Next
It's
D
not
said it.
Black Girl Joy. It's Black They Them Joy.
It's Black Everybody Joy. Black They
Everybody.
Joy. Black Them Joy.
Black Joy
Everybody.
Day.
Yep.
Black Folks with the X Joy Day. Yes. F-O-I.
Yes.
Yeah. Black Folks Joy Day.
I love it. Black Folks Joy Day. You heard it here first. June 12th.
Yeah.
We made a holiday.
Yeah.
Give us the keys to the city, nigga. So
Gang, gang.
we have some categories of just a couple things we're going to discuss about different elements of Black joy, things that bring us joy. If you are new here, we are not politically correct people.
No. But we respect everybody.
Yeah.
Well, for
So-
the most part. There are some people that
Yeah.
aren't worthy of respect, like the current president and his administration.
You know,
Or
random
NDRE.
bodega cats. Yeah.
Can I address something? Okay, like, I get it. Like, I get the running joke is NDRE, and we all know the story. If you don't know the story, stop asking me. Go listen.
Oh my God.
I'm not telling. I've already said I'm not telling the story anymore. So if you want to go, you're gonna have to
say
go
that.
do your homework and go listen to an episode of The Read or an episode of Jaded XD where you can find out what happened. But either way, I get it that there was a tweet around showing NDRE with Chris Tucker, and there's saying that they were together. They've been in a relationship for 13 years. They're not in a relationship at all. I think they're just friends. And I don't really care. I mean, you know, NDRE, I'm sure, you know, let her be her and I'm going to be me. But, you know, but also Chris Tucker, okay, sure.
Right. Right.
I was like, I don't think this is real, but okay. And even if it was,
That sounds.
I don't have.
I mean, but I felt the same way about Common and Tiffany Haddish, but you know.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
be
you know,
wrong
I ain't got
sometimes.
I ain't got nothing to do with his affliction. So you can go and figure that shit out on your own. But Black They Joy Day, I'm so excited. Let's talk about the internet first.
Okay.
What are your top 5 favorite Black memes on the internet? Now, it might be difficult to talk about because you just have to describe them in detail.
I know, and you know, I'm bad with the internet stuff.
Right.
Get Her Jade is a good one with Coco Montrese, especially now that I have contacts. So that personally brings me joy. When I originally, because y'all know I don't fight
With Jay Jolie.
with Jay Jolie. Is so. Get Her Jade. Obviously people have sent that to me on a few occasions. If on the few occasions I've had to let the chopper spray on the internet. But I find it joyful. I said, well, look at this is just so damn fitting.
Yeah.
Get Her Jade is one of my personal favorites. Tell me one of yours while I think of more.
In the vein of drag, probably that same, yeah. One of my other favorite memes is from Drag Race, from Nina Bonina Brown, where she's pointing and she's like, to Shea Coulee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a good one.
That's why one of my favorite
see.
memes is just like, yes, an agreement, concurrence.
What's another one of my
My
favorite
next one,
memes?
I have another one though. My number 2.
Okay, go.
It's the one that says the Negro community frowns upon your shenanigans, and it was like all the Black caucus at the NASDAQ hearing. Yeah.
Oh, I know what about. This is probably terrible timing. It is terrible timing, but it's just funny to me. It's nigga in the shades on the phone, on the cell phone, and he's like, "Hello, police." Niggas wildin'. I don't know that because niggas be wildin'. Oh, and that's another one of mine. And I've picked up on this one from the comment section, which also is the dark web. But
oh, absolutely.
When niggas say some wild shit on Twitter, and then somebody posts the keyboard meme that be like, "You wild, keep going." That always brings me joy.
Yes.
You wild, keep going.
My number 3 is, it's a culmination. It's all like the Hotep memes, like when somebody's like saying something Hotepi and they put the Kente Club. Hold on. Hold on, goddammit.
Oh! Right!
First,
hello, police.
white
Niggas
people
wildin'.
have lost their damn minds. They have what? So yesterday, if you didn't know, this week, if you have not
You talking about the ones wearing them Summa Cool Black?
Yeah, the Black participation trophy that everybody gets.
I'm super cool Black in my Kente.
Yeah, that Black
What's
participation
that
stole that you get in high
Yes.
school. Who in Gallery Place sold them that? Which one of y'all niggas in Gallery Place sold them that?
I don't know,
gosh.
but I saw that and I said I'm just gonna keep going.
If you're unaware what we're
I'm just
talking
gonna keep
about,
scrolling past this.
the Congressional Black Caucus and some other whites decided, and a lot of white people have been doing this, like renouncing white supremacy. They have in all these like events where they're like kneeling to black people, talking about we're sorry, we are committed and vowing not to be racist again, and you know, zippity doo dah, zippity day. White people are so
Right.
performative, like whatever. But I was cackling the whole time because everybody got on their knees and I was like, what did the memorandum look like? What did the memo look like? What did that email look like? Like, okay, everybody meet up and you're all gonna get your Kente stoles and we're gonna wear it at this particular time. It was like a flash mob. It was like a flash
it was in the
mob.
call to action. They was
And
like,
then
so come through at this time. We're gonna give you the Kente stole. Before you arrive, we need you to know all lyrics to the Black National Anthem, and and all of the rules for the 5%ers. I don't know. It was like, and we're gonna pass out bean pies from 2 to 2:15. Yeah.
I have saved every one of their memes. Cory Booker was so like, what is going on? Y'all are going to jail. I have thoroughly enjoyed every bit of that nonsense. I wish it would stop, but I enjoyed every bit of it. I think it was great.
Listen, some of these performative moves are bringing me great deals of entertainment. I don't even roll my eyes. I just laugh. Like the bitch who was talking about, who I told you, who was comparing veganism to, please.
Told you I saved every last one.
Please. The bitch who was comparing veganism to Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, like
trying to call out them random black people who work for Tyson and Smithfield, and then tied it up by saying, and this is why we need to go vegan. I was like, wait a minute. And she's like, and for those of you who on my last video said you're going to go eat a chicken sandwich right after this, or bacon cheeseburger. So that's why I sent it to Chris Rogers. I said, please hold this clip because this is how we're going to introduce our bacon cheeseburgers on the Patreon video. Bitch, don't try. Don't try.
Yes.
Kings and queens of trolling. Oh, what's another one of my favorite? If we're gonna go to internet moments, period.
Yeah.
A lot of those good early 2008 days. Some of them didn't age as well. What was the niggas that turquoise Jeep? That didn't age as well as.
Flint Fossey.
Flint Fossey.
Smash it and bang it.
Yeah, smang it.
Smack it and bang it. Smack girl, smash it and bang it. You can smack a girl, smash it and bang it.
You smash it and bang it. Turquoise, like things like that didn't age as well. But
no, but it's still like your favorite thing. Like it's so cold.
But I'm not even talking about them. It's so cold in the D.
So cold in the D. How the fuck do we supposed to keep peace? What's all on a nigga's mind? Working and doing time. It's so cold.
That's what I was getting to. One, it is when things began to go viral in real ways. Yeah. I watched it last night. Shout out to Insecure for bringing It So Cold in the D back. Issa I like when she brings out those little deep cuts.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it because on Twitter, one of her favorite internet videos, which is also mine, and my favorite one is 5-star niggers. And I keep trying to find the video on the internet. Somebody got to find it, send it to me. I don't know where I saved it or whatever. But if 5-star niggas is that video, high price nigga wanting high price shit. Gucci, Armani, and that upscale dick. Like, that was iconic. One of them is a photographer that I know on the internet. They're really cool. But yeah, that was I love them. And my other favorite is my friend Brian. You may know Brian as Coochie-ness. And
oh yes,
he gave us Coochie-ness, and There Goes My Bangs Bitch. That is, I sing that at least once a week. There goes my bangs bitch. Ooh, we look at she. You know how it no. Hey, no, my girl. There goes my bangs, bitch. There they go. There they go. There they go. There they go.
There go my bangs, bitch. Ooh, we look ashy and you don't know how well I can slang my bangs, bitch. There go my bangs, bitch.
It's not a ponytail. It's a bangs, bitch tail. Ew.
Shout out to black people.
Oh,
another wonderful thing that black people have done on the internet is these wrong responses only.
Favorite.
Oh my God. One of the best things ever created on the internet, and you know it was created by a black person. The funniest shit on the internet is always created by black people.
Mm-hmm.
They did Mark Lamont Hill did a wrong answers only for your current favorite kente cloth memes.
Oh, really? Mark Lamont Hill.
Yes, hold on. Somebody said, "Look, y'all, we finally found Sean King's real parents."
Every Sean King meme is funny. Every name you call him, Talcum X, Paul,
Martin Luther Cream.
Martin Luther Cream. My favorite black meme ever, Black Joy Day. Even though I guess it's a white meme technically, but it's a black meme.
He put it on Twitter, on Instagram. Oh my God, who are they? What's happening? Wrong answers only, please. Mila put KRS-One and Miss Melody on the way to the stage.
Oh my Lord, the internet is fun. So let's switch up.
On the way to Rachel Dolezal's dissertation defense, I live. Okay. What else we got on the internet?
Well, let's switch over from the internet. Let's switch to other mode.
Oh my God, he on X Games mode.
So what other things of blackness brings you joy? Let's talk books.
Oh, well, one of my favorite black books ever to grace my eyeballs Is Sister Soldier's Coldest Winter Ever?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, God don't like ugly. And part 2, God still don't
like ugly. Mm-mm. You know, I used to be one of those blacks that disparage, like hood lit books, but I think they're so important. I think whatever encourages literacy and whatever, regardless of, I mean, it could be a conduit into other forms of writing. So I think support it. Go hood lit.
That's a quintessential piece in my niglature. Days
niglature is important
to much of my young experience as a black woman. Fly Girl, part 2 was For the Love of Money. Wasn't as good as Fly Girl, but it did what it needed to do.
My favorite out of all of those was the Adventures of APF and Divine Adventures of APF Alpha Phi Fuck 'em.
Yes,
where they was fucking all the alphas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Those are my thing. One of my favorite Black Joys. My other favorite Black Joy book is it is actually, I mean, it's not really brings you joy, but knowledge brings you joy, right? So Patricia Hill Collins, who is a professor at Dr. Keogh's alma mater, she wrote a textbook or wrote a book called Black Sexual Politics. So you learn so much through the lens of black feminism. You should go read it. It's great if you haven't read it yet. I definitely was like, oh, that was eye-opening and awesome. So yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I mean, obviously, I also understand that it's maybe not necessarily falling under the Black Joy category, but it is. Anything by Toni Morrison. Anything by Toni Morrison. We love it.
Hell yeah.
Louis I, Song of Solomon, Sula. Just classics. Just classic literature that has really added to the experience of growing up black. Absolutely. And then if we're going to take it... Oh, go ahead.
I would say, and our friends who are writers too. Michael Arsenault.
Yes.
Jardel Moore. Like people who are authors and doing really great writing and work. Definitely support them, and they're our favorite writers. That happens to be our friends. So,
because both Michael Arsenault's books are incredible.
Yeah,
they're wonderful. And then if I take it back to my young days, where I used to be sitting up there reading Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
Yes, Zora.
Okay. We all had to read Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry.
Did.
Those are a couple of books that have added to my black experience.
Okay, same. Let's move on to black TV moments. Now, it's specific because we talk about TV all the time in movies, but there are specific moments, and not in episodes, there's specific moments or a joke in black TV that is your favorite.
They may not be my favorites, but they are memorable ones.
Okay.
Tamara singing, I'm Going Down.
You're slowly driving me insane. Boy, I'm going down. I'm going down.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby. I'm going down.
Why was she in a singing video during quarantine the other day with all these other singers? I'm like, why are you apart, ma'am? I gotta find it. I was like, what? In the words of Jackie Cox, what is this?
What is this?
One of my favorite. This is a very deep black reference. It's from Moesha, And it's get your chicken here.
Get your chicken here.
when Kim worked for like that chicken shack in the mall, and Moesha was being a total beautiful individual that creates haters. Talking about, since she worked at fancy as Charlotte Russe or whatever, she thought she was somebody.
I know it's not your favorite.
Martin's on my list too, Don, so don't get me wrong.
Because with the Who Stole the CD player? Cole, sit your $5 ass for I make change.
Now I have news about my CD player. Sit down. Go sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
It's just good black classic television.
Oh, yeah. My other favorite moment happens to be from Martin, and it is one of the funniest things. Like I said, I have issues with the show, but there's two moments that make me die the fuck laughing, and the main one is that ain't no damn puppy. And he wrestled with that K. Michelle looking thing. K. Michelle's spirit, not her as a person, but her spirit is ugly. So that's why I said that.
Yeah. Also, Martin, I actually wore this DVD out. And it is the smallest moment. I know I've said it before, but it takes me out, and I'm having trouble now because I'm laughing thinking about it. It's when Hustle Man walked into the barbershop. It was the episode where Martin thought he lost his wedding ring. And Hustle Man walks into the barbershop. And he goes, walla, walla, wah, 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 wah.
My uncle lost his wedding ring once. And when he got home, he lost his finger, too. Name's only got 3.
Yo, check it out. Hustle Man is in the house. Walla, walla, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. For no reason.
He's introducing everything he got. I got a Greyhound bus in the parking lot. And Martin's like, nigga, do you have wedding rings? He's like, oh yeah, that's in the jewelry department, Chief. That's in the jewelry department. Yeah. It brings me so much joy. Woo. The Living Single episode of when Maxine stole Regine's coat.
She lived in a thigh. He lived in a thigh. That's literally one of my favorite episodes. That and when they went to the club. Goldie, this is Shaquan, this is Sabuda.
This is Sabuda.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Living Single has too many.
Yeah, my other favorite is, and this is really dark, but it brings me really a lot of joy. And I told you this when you were watching it. Remember in Being Mary Jane, when she called that white woman a ugly black woman? But that's one of my favorite. But also, you my blessed Mary Jane. Be my blessed. Well, Loretta Devine was a stud. It was trying to lick Gabrielle Union's cat. Talking about you my blessed, be my blessed Mary Jane.
Oh, God, please.
Oh, God.
Please.
Loretta Devine as a stud, she earned an Emmy. Why did she not get nominated for it? That shit was hilarious.
Loretta Devine and everything. Loretta Devine and Love Is. Just Loretta Devine all over the place.
They had her dressed as Chandler Bing in that show. Woo, man. Black TV is so much fun. God. Oh my gosh.
It really is. Especially the nuanced moments that we don't, that other people may not pay attention to, but black people cherish them. Regine, Khadijah.
Yeah. Or my other favorite black TV moment is when New York was on this show about being on a reality show on TV One, And so Claudia Jordan and like Laura Govan was like, "Why are you crying?" They're like, "You're not even crying. You faking like you cry." She was like, "It's my inside cry. I'm crying on the inside." Yo, there's just so many black TV, like black people on TV are so everything. Like even just like random reality TV moments when that man on Survivor called like, "Why you look 50 when you're only 24?" Like, and everybody was like, "Ooh, bitch."
Oh, or when this girl CJ. So I didn't watch the most recent episodes of Real World, but there was one
beat her ass
that Tristan and I watched, and that girl
beat
CJ beat that white girl's ass for being racist, and she held her tongue and held her composure all
multiple
fucking
episodes.
Season.
Like you, I don't like to talk to you. I barely like to look at you in your face, and you are inconsequential, insensitive ass, thinking ass, non-thinking ass little bitch. I don't give a
I will pray for you.
Don't pray for me.
Please do.
But you better.
Oh, I know
Let
exactly
that
what you're
girl.
talking
That
about.
is also one of my favorite moments.
She let her have it. And normally, this is one of the times where, like, you could tell when production is like, yeah, they deserve getting their ass beat.
Nah, let her beat that bitch ass.
Because they did not jump in at first. Normally, they'll, like, you can sense it, and they could be like,
They rush.
Hold on. Like on Bad Girls Club.
Right.
No, they let her beat on her for a little bit, and then they were like, okay, fine. But she beat her ass.
Speaking of Bad Girls Club, I ain't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me.
Yeah.
All right, Queen Tanisha. Queen Tanisha is always gonna be a key period of TV history.
Is Natalie?
For the way that
Natalie,
she woke them bitches up in that house.
Natalie Nunn is black, right? Yeah. Or ish. Yeah.
Yeah, she black. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then my other favorite moment of hers when she was like, "Stop being a fucking racist, Kate. If you don't want to be a fucking racist, you don't want to talk about how you're, and you don't want to go to Sweaty Black Night, then shut the fuck up. I'm from LA. I run LA." Because Kate didn't want to go to Sweaty Black Night. Kate didn't want to go to Sweaty Black Night.
She didn't want to go to Sweaty Black Night.
I don't want to go to Sweaty Black Night either, girl. Same. Like, girl.
Ooh, Black TV has provided so many joys, so many moments of wonderfulness.
Let's take a break.
All right.
And we'll be back with more Black They Joy.
Black They Joy.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back.
Being fucking racist, Kate.
If you don't want to talk about how you're fucking racist,
don't want to go to Sweaty Black Night.
One of my favorite black moments and black queer moments happens to be on TV is on College Hill when during the fight where my queen sat on them stairs with that rib. It was like a meme too.
I forgot about College Hill. About College Hill, but that was a good time.
Yeah. It was a good time.
What was
There's
the season with the girl with the skunk hair? There was a season with a girl who had skunk hair. It was half gray, half black. I think it was on maybe a T-Boz cut. I can't remember which season that was, but I remember this girl's hair very vividly, and nobody remembers this girl with the skunk hair from College Hill.
Let's switch it up because this next part is for you. So let's talk about black food. Now, black food, I want to say, is not regulated to just, soul food. There's so many other things.
Absolutely.
But however you decide and interpret this is how you choose to. So you want to
Well, even though it's not just soul food, we have to start with the number one item.
Corn.
Of debate at a black function. And that is the potato salad.
Okay.
It's a.
So let me. Okay. We need to. Damn. So I have a challenge for you, actually, Jada Paul Jades. This is some content
Okay.
for you, and this is something as a consumer I would like to see. So
Okay.
on even though I know we're kind of protesting Bon Appetit, but it's something cool to watch. So they have this series called Making Perfect, and they had two series. It's either they were making the perfect pizza, and they were making the perfect Thanksgiving meal. And so all the chefs got together, and they decided, what is what. They did a whole bunch of testing. What I would like to see from you and other Black and brown chefs is making perfect, like soul food meal or whatever, like Black meal. Like Easter meal or whatever, because, and I say this to say because there is an episode of Making Perfect Thanksgiving where Claire, who's not racist, I bought her book, she's great. I'm not Claire, Carla, she was making, they had to go through these tests to find the perfect mashed potatoes. So they had to test all these different types, test 12 different types of potatoes. First of all, I didn't know there was different types of potatoes, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that, but whatever. So it'd be nice to see what potatoes work best for potato salad? Which mayonnaise do we add? Do we make our own? Do we use an aioli? Do we make how do we make the perfect potato salad that satisfies, that we elevate it, but we satisfy everybody?
I did a
good
potato salad. So the thing about the Patreon is I try to keep it really accessible for things that people have access to, which I find, because there are videos where you can get a little bit more exotic and be like, okay, so I made a guisado. I'm like, I could be like, yeah, put a recao and blah, 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 blah. But maybe a nigga in Biloxi, Mississippi doesn't have access to recao. You know what I'm saying? So they got to try to work out what they can. So I try to make things accessible. So I did a very standard, delicious Black potato salad on there. Because the thing about it is you can get a decent mayo. You can make your own, which is always going to elevate anything. Anytime you do anything homemade, it's going to automatically elevate your dish. Now, a little trick, a little something that I did use last Thanksgiving. I used French fingerling potatoes, and those were buttery and delicious naturally, and they also had a very thin waxy skin like a red potato or a golden Yukon where you don't have to peel them. And but I had to go and get that from the farmer's market. You know what I'm saying?
Potato. They're the ones that you're supposed to use for traditional mashed potatoes. The ones that are the fingerling, because they're soft and flavorful and buttery. But they had another one. But either way, my whole point was maybe there needs to be because everybody has varying ways of making potato salad, and everybody thinks their way is the right way. But I'm like, well, couldn't there be Black cooks come together and they make the perfect thing. This is what to satisfy. Does it need a crunch? Does it need relish? Are we making our own relish? Are you adding sugar? Are you adding, what's the salt, fat, acid, heat content of these things with Black foods? Even with making greens. Remember when you took me to that godforsaken restaurant that put honey in the greens? What? You know what I mean? Is turkey the better protein, or is it pork, or what type of pork? You know what I mean? I wish there was more Black content for us to figure this out, because because like I said, my mother isn't the best chef, and I didn't know what things really were good and taste like until I started cooking my own, or I started going to higher end or just developing my Epicurean palate. But I just, I think it would be cool, Little idea.
I try to teach people how to cook for their taste buds too, because that's the other thing about that kind of stuff. It's everybody thinks they make the best potato salad, but then that's also because there's so many varying palates. So it's you have niggas who are I don't want any sweet relish in my potato salad. I don't want that. So when I made the potato salad, I'm yes, let's, I personally use the sweet relish, but if you prefer the dill, swap it out. You know what I'm saying? You got to cook to your taste buds. You got to cook to what you like. But that we just went off on a whole tangent off of what this original segment was
Off
supposed
of
to be
food.
about.
It's just who we are as a people.
It's who we are as a people. We're two earth signs. We love food.
Yeah.
But yes, potato salad is my number one. And it doesn't, like XD said, it doesn't have to all be soul food, but I'll start with potato salad. What you got for Black Joy food?
My Black Joy for me is also negativity and chaos. So
Yes.
grits is my next one. And I'm going to take a very controversial stance. I
like the
feel like
sugar.
there is a place for both.
Okay.
There is a place for both. I'm being very diplomatic about it.
Yeah, you
There
are.
are some moments where you can have a sweet grit or a sweet rice. Not saying all the time. Sometimes, not all the time, meaning sometimes. Now,
Like a rice pudding?
there are times where, say for like you need like cream of wheat. Some people put sugar in their cream of wheat. Do you put sugar in your cream of wheat?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people consider grits like a version of cream of wheat or farina. Not saying they're all the same things. People are considering them as such, and they could be. They're all milled corn product, right? So I'm like, why not have sugar as a part of this? If not saying all the time, sometimes you want a little sweetness in the morning. I'm not saying you need to have a bunch of sugar to give you silver teeth. I'm just saying.
not shaming you. I'm not shaming you because I love a cornmeal porridge. I love a cream of wheat. I love a farina. But then my bowl of creamy hominy, I like savory with salt and pepper and butter, or a little cheese. As the gentrified ones like to do at the Pies and Thighs, maybe a dollop or two of hot sauce. Like, maybe a little chive, a little parm. So a little scallion. I do like a savory grit, a shrimp accompaniment with the grit. I don't prefer sweet grit. If I want sweet, I like to go the cornmeal porridge or the cream of wheat or the farina route.
That's fair. Like I said, I just feel like there's room for everybody. Some people, some people like it sweet, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Okay,
your
well,
next Black food?
In that same vein, and I understand that it may not necessarily be a Black food, but the way that I'm going to speak of the preparation and growing up makes it a Black food. On those cold mornings when you had a test and your mother said you need to put something heavy on your stomach because you got to feed your brain and you can't get hungry. And she comes to the table with a bowl of hot piping oatmeal, but with butter and brown sugar. Because when you add the butter and the brown sugar, that's what makes it Black.
Absolutely. I don't want my
And if you had a mother like mine, you said, "Oh no, I don't need I don't want no healthy oatmeal. I want brown sugar and butter."
Diabetic inducing oatmeal. I need
I want it to taste like cookie batter. Throw some vanilla in there, a
take
dash.
my arm.
Don't forget to put a dash of salt in your water.
Yeah, we've got to be that fist oatmeal. That's what I'm trying to have. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What is that?
You
Is
hear
that the
it?
fireworks?
Yes.
Yep, I sure do. Oh, nigga, they're doing it over here.
Listen.
Hold on.
Queer pride.
That's
Happy
what we're
Pride.
gonna call it. That way we don't get annoyed.
No.
Happy Pride Month.
That's how I have to. That's how I have to.
Oh.
Like, no, they're celebrating Pride. That's what we're doing.
There was one of two meals my mother would make for us on test days. It was either the oatmeal with the brown sugar and the butter, and she'll give you some toast with some butter, with more butter.
Yeah.
Or a toast or biscuit, interchangeable, but mostly toast, Or my father was a different one. He liked to make blueberry muffins in the morning, but I know that's not the usual. But toast,
that is
grits,
very parental.
Bacon.
Like, I'm gonna make
my
blueberry
dad had a
muffins in the
thing
morning.
about. It's probably a New England thing, but he would literally like my father. And this is not homemade blueberry muffins. This nigga made them from the box when
That's
they
still
came with
homemade
the
to me.
can of the concentrated blueberries. Oh, say. But you know, I was like, let me like clarify. So niggas didn't think my dad was pulling out baking soda and powder and flour. That would have been
Look,
awesome.
Jiffy
but
is
nah, he
homemade
wasn't
as
doing
far
that.
as I'm concerned. Goddamn it.
Jiffy is homemade. You got to add eggs.
Yeah.
So
And it's hot. You gotta turn your oven on.
my father would get the Jiffy. I think it was the Jiffy blueberry muffin mix, and it came with that can of blueberries, and you fold them into the batter. We would have that and some bacon or some sausage, some grits, and some eggs. And
I'm
that
gonna
was
fuck
the
around
other
and make
like
that
feed
tomorrow.
your brain test. Nigga, I might.
They have the apple cinnamon
Like, it's-
one too, which is my favorite.
Apple cinnamon what, muffin?
Yeah.
Ooh, Krusty's makes an orange crayon. That is just delicious.
Really?
But anyway, what other black foods you got?
Before I move on to that, did y'all ever have Papa Murphy's growing up? Which was a scam of a pizza place. Let me
No,
fucking tell you.
what is that?
Speaking of black foods, so black people also love a shortcut. So, and they also love a good deal. So, when I was growing up, my grandmother and mother bought Papa Murphy pizzas, especially when my cousins came over, because, you know, wherever grandmother lives is where everybody lives, you know what I mean? So, or everybody comes to. So, because my grandmother lived with us, everybody was at my house. So, to make it economic, we went to this place called Papa Murphy's. What Papa Murphy's was that you built your own pizza from the ground up. You know, the crust, the toppings, the sauce. And then when you're done making your pizza, they wrap it up in saran wrap and give it to you and be like, bake this at home.
It's like what's the shit? Fondue. Nigga, cook your own food. The scam.
Yeah. So you go there and so they're just it's like proofing ovens for the dough, but then so I'm like, for all that, you could just have like a car running.
For all of that, you could buy the Jiffy pizza crust.
Yeah.
Add water.
Like, or just
and
have a
make your
nigga
own
do
shit.
jumping jacks and make it hot in there. That's all you need to do. Make it warm and moist. That's all you need for the dough to rise.
Warm and moist.
Yeah. So I was so annoyed. But yeah, that's another black food. When niggas gotta make do, they go to Papa Murphy's.
One of my favorite black foods, and it's regional, because I mostly get this when I go to Chicago, who has some of the best barbecue in the country, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Limbs.
That's controversial.
Yeah, I know, but I love Chicago barbecue, especially Limbs. But rib tips, nigga, I love
Nina Bonina
rib
Brown meme.
tip.
Give me some of him.
Yes, give me the point. Give me the point. I mean, there is nothing like a saucy ass flimsy paper container of rib tips and fries covered in sauce. It is just one of the most delicious. It brings me every bit of black joy that I need for my entire spirit down to my toenails.
Anytime, food from the carryout in general, and
it just be hitting.
Specifically
Sometimes
carryout.
depends on the
You have to
depends
know,
on the carryout.
Carryout. Yeah, but food from the carryout, I just like there is this one when I lived in DC. There is this one over because I used to live on 12th. Where is that? There's one off of U Street, and they had that big ass turkey leg. Oh, it was so good, so good.
Let me get some fries, salt, pepper, ketchup.
And
Salt,
then
pepper,
egg
ketchup,
rolls,
and
them
a chicken
cheeseburger egg
cheese
rolls.
steak.
Yes, the chicken cheese steak.
Give me a good chicken cheesesteak. Oh God. That's not black at all. That is black. It's black. It's a black experience.
It's a black experience. Just like Wawa is a black experience.
Just like oatmeal with brown sugar and butter is a black experience.
Yeah.
It's about the I've learned it's about the experience.
Yeah.
There's black foods, but then it is the experience, though. There's something about it that hits different. And not them yams that the Clark sisters were making in their kitchen. Not them sugar water yams either.
Let me tell you something. I love all of them down. But every time I watch Jackie's cooking videos, I would just be like, maybe because I feel like I'm uppity because I be watching BA Test Kitchen videos and I think I'm in there with them. But I just be like, why y'all put that much sugar in the yams? And then and it's like the pan is too small. I mean, they make do and they eating well. But the methods of how they do get is just, I'm cool. They put dishwashing soap in their greens too.
That's that's controversial. But sugar water yams, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Wait, do you put dishwater? Do you push dish soap in your greens?
Me? No.
Okay.
I wash my greens with salt.
Yeah, just salt and lemon juice and vinegar.
Lemon juice. Sometimes I use. I add a few sprays of because I keep fruit and veggie wash.
Yeah.
But we didn't grow up with fruit and veggie wash, so I'm not gonna say there wasn't a time back in the past when, niggas had to make do.
Oh yeah, and my grandmother has definitely put soap in the greens, but I also have learned that I can just wash.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's happened in the past. I mean, and they never tasted like soap. It was always cleaned thoroughly, but that's just not we don't have to do that anymore.
Right. I need to get a new salad spinner now that I think that because my shit broke.
I need a new salad spinner too. Let's switch categories.
Okay.
Because we can talk about food all day, and we have been going. Let's switch it over to some Black Joy songs. Let's close it out with some Black Joy songs.
Okay. I love Black Joy music. Am I starting or are you starting?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start.
Well, I'm going to start with Erykah Badu because a lot of Badu songs, outside of them bringing a lot of them are conscious and a lot of them are about being an ain't shit person. Because you're loving me and then you're in. You're loving me and I'm fucking your friends. But my favorite song by Badu that gives me Black Joy is Bump It.
Push up the fader, bust the meter, shake the tweeter, bump it, well, bump it.
Yes. Push up the fader, bust the meter, shake your tweeter.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah,
the internet delay is a hell of a thing.
I know.
But yes, that also brings me joy too. I like immediately as soon as you said it, I was like, yes. Push up the fader, bust the meter, shake your tweeter, bump it
well, bump it very well.
Well. Oh yes, that was a good one. Well, one that brings me personal black joy, if we're going to keep it in the same region, I think the same city, actually. Ice cream paint job.
Ice cream paint job. Clean on the outside, cream on the inside. Ice cream paint job. Got screens on the dash, what to say by the bill. Got a house by the bayside. Yeah, I'm living like that.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR paint job.
Yup.
I love ice cream paint job.
I love Duro music. I was gonna marry him I was going to marry
And then your life went in a
him.
different direction.
Yeah, and I kind of almost did. It's not that much different. It's not. Like I went back to the bedroom. This nigga got a blunt in his hand to eat chicken. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm. And you're like,
playing
wow, look at
PS4.
my. You're like,
I was
wow,
like-
this is your life.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh, this is my life. This is a little too black.
I know. I see a nigga come down the hallway. All of a sudden, I hear just a big old burp, and I'm like, yeah. You just remain sexy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just remain sexy. What you got?
On that vein, you make me feel like a natural woman.
But they've co-opted that on the American Idol.
Well, it's a white song that a black woman sang better, and we can't help that we do better than everybody else.
This is fair.
Looking out
This
on
is
the
fair.
morning rain. Oh, I used to feel so in my head.
Oh, yes.
What you got?
Another one that brings us all joy. We go into a big, huge sing-along anytime it comes on. And I do feel like this is a personal, black joy song. I don't really feel like it's been co-opted. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being ignorant. But Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk?
Last night I saw you standing, and I started pretending I knew you, and you knew.
A stalker anthem.
A stalker anthem. He confirmed to himself. Last night I saw you standing. I started pretending I knew you, and you knew me too. And so yes, can we talk? What you got?
My next one, it brings me joy. It's a deep cut, and one of them passed away the other day. So rest in peace, Bonnie Pointer from the Pointer Sisters. So it's I know, but my song is "Jump" by the Pointer Sisters. Jump in, jump, jump for my love. Jump in, like it brings me joy. It's so fun.
It is a fun song. It is a fun song. This is also very black. It's not a super deep cut, I don't think, but it is black famous. And I might be a little biased because I think I mentioned them maybe last week or the week before. But Men Conditions, Pretty Brown Eyes.
Pretty brown eyes, you know I see you. It's a disguise, the way you treat me.
It's just a black people just get very excited when you pretty doo-doo brown eyes. Doo-doo. Pretty brown eyes, you know I see.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
My next one is literally should be the Black National Anthem. It brings me so much joy. I think I am a member of like the Stingettes. I feel like I'm in Beyonce's Homecoming when I listen to it. But it's the Get Band, outstanding. Like,
So let's stay. Girl, you knock me out. Excited. I'm so excited.
Girl, you make me shout. Oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
it
yeah.
evokes so much joy. Like, yes, like it's such a Black amazing song. I love it.
You know, y'all know I love an auntie cut, so you just know I love an auntie cut, and I'm thinking about. I love to see Black people start singing in unison. I love to see Black people like go up for the same song. You know what I'm saying? And it's like something because we know all the parents or the grandparents or the aunties or the aunties just played it in the crib, even if it's things we've mentioned. Never on Monday. Monday's too soon. Tuesday and Wednesday just won't do. Thursday and Friday, the weekend begins, but our Saturday love will never end. Sugar.
For always and forever, you will be my Saturday love.
Alexander O'Neal and Rochelle. That's Rochelle Farrell? Is that Rochelle Farrell? Saturday Love? Who is that?
That's Saturday Love.
Not
That's
Rochelle Farrell. Rochelle Farrell sang a lot with Will Downing.
Yeah. No.
For always and forever, you
Where's
will
Sherelle?
be my Saturday love. Saturday Love. Yeah, Sherelle. That's why I said Rochelle Farrell. I knew I was in the ballpark. Sherelle. Alexander O'Neal and Sherelle. What you
I
got?
have one more. I have one more song. And this makes me feel good. It's one of my AKAs. It really, is who I am as a person. I'm every woman, and it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I'm every woman. Both versions, Shaka and Whitney.
Yes.
Shaka Khan, like that. I'm down with both.
I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for both versions because I do love both versions. Lastly on my list, because we're wrapping the episode and we are who we are, full of negativity and chaos, and we love to incite such. So I'm going to end this with Nuck If You Buck, because I love that. I love the collective negativity and chaos that it brings all at one time.
Yes.
In unison.
I am that cat toting pistol nugget on your damn street.
street.
Something popping and a cup up
Popping
in this damn thing. I'm gonna turn Nuck If You Buck into a musical. Like, I'm gonna fit it into my iteration of Hairspray when I.
And I would show right up on the stage. I want the whole thing to go dark and give me the spotlight, and I'm gonna come in. I come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these bows and busting these heads.
Yeah. Very Les Miserables tea.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I'll come out like a Vita.
Yeah.
I come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these bows and busting these.
Oh my God.
And that's it.
That's
just a couple
today's
moments of black
show.
joy. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you can listen to us anywhere and everywhere you stalk your exes. Shout out to Free-ish for that. Again, you can listen to us on Patreon. There's more video content. Go sign up. It's $5. You get access to everything.
$5.
Also, there is a link in the description box of, like we did last week, where all you can donate. It is organized by your state, and you can look on that document to see where you can donate and put your efforts to.
Absolutely.
Again, youtube.com/The XD Experience. You can have a brand new season up there right now. So, season 5 of The XD Experience. Good Lord. But yeah, go tune in. And that's today's show. We'll see you next week.
I'll see you when we follow XD in the park when he does Window Seat Part 2. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings, eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.
Okay, so you're between meals and you're craving something sweet, right? What I do is snack on Blue Diamond honey roasted almonds. They're so good. And almonds are a superfood. So don't deny your cravings. Eat them.
Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.